This is Nic Leo talking to you from Humankind, and I'm really excited to have been invited on this live stream on this platform to talk about the different things that I do. Um, there's a lot. There's a lot of different things I do, and I'm gonna kind of jump around, do some different things. Some of it's gonna be musical performance. Some of it's gonna be little teaching, and also giving you some examples of what I do as a producer, as much as I can in this situation, in these confines. So, yeah, right now I'm just kind of gonna warm up and start dropping into a creative space. I got a loop pedal that you can't see, but I'm gonna just create something with this loop and go from there. So, a lot of times in these settings, when I'm just trying to create something, almost as like a just exercise of creativity, I like to look for a prompt. So, um, right now, I'm going to use the prompt. There's this really beautiful tapestry hanging up on the wall over here, and it's the different chakras. Yeah, it's like a banner, but like vertical ways, and it's got all the colors for the different chakra centers. And yeah, I'm gonna use that as a little inspiration. Pull me closer to the center of your heart. I'm longing for something sweeter inside. Pull me closer to the center of your heart. I've been longing for something sweet inside. Life is getting harder every day I wake up. Learning too much for my little heart. Pull me closer to the center of your heart. Cool. All right. I'm just kind of getting in that creative zone. Cool. I'm getting the thumbs up from John back here with the sound. You need more volume? It's good? Good volume? Awesome. All right. Cool. So again, my name's Nic Leo, and I do a lot of stuff. I live in Sedona, Arizona now, and I'm just so fully devoted to music in such a deep way. I've dedicated my life to it from a really young age. And at this point, I have a huge passion for writing music, for performing, for teaching. I love educating about music, especially because I have a really diverse background of different educational experiences in music. And yeah, at this point, there's so much I can pull from, and I really can feel the way that I'm able to serve and help my students, students who are looking for all different sorts of, looking to tap into music, get deeper in their musical journey, and in all different sorts of ways I'm able to help, whether it be from a more technical approach, or they're wanting to open up their voice, feel more empowered and confident in what they're doing, or if it's more theory type stuff, or helping just with the creative flow, giving tools and techniques. There's a lot I do with music education. I'm really passionate about that. I want to let you guys know right now, you'll be seeing some links popping up throughout this, and if at any point you feel called, go ahead and check out the links. There's a link that's under something called Sacred Songwriting, and this is a course that I've developed that really goes deep into some different concepts. So I'm getting the cue that it's right here or somewhere around here, so you can check that link out if at any point you feel drawn to that sacred songwriting. And there's a little video that goes into what the course is about. And then I also do private lessons with people. So education is a huge part of what I do, and I want to put a lot of emphasis on that. But probably the biggest thing I've been devoting myself to this last couple seasons, this last couple years, and particularly this last year, is a recording studio that I have here in Sedona. It's called LaFay Studios, and it's a really special space. It's located in West Sedona, next to Synergy, the boutique chocolate coffee shop, and nestled inside Apotheca, which is the apothecary that just opened up in the last year, about a year ago as well. And LaFay Studios is a really special place because it's a professional studio where we'll work with artists to make the very best of their music, of their songs, you know, capture the sound as best we can, and then do what we need to with the production side of it, the mixing, the mastering, to really bring out the best that we can in a song. And what we also do is dive deep with people who are newer to the recording experience. So for people who, some people come in and all they have is a melody, or all they have is some lyrics, like sometimes in the format of a poem. And we'll work with them and develop a melody, bring in a melody when it's needed, you know, harmony when it's needed, rhythm, and just find something that feels really good to support that song, to support that creative spark. So even just the smallest idea at LaFay Studios will develop that and turn it into a song when that's needed. And so really anywhere in the process, whether, you know, somebody's coming in, let's say you're coming in and you got a song that you feel is ready to go, you know exactly what you want, then we can help you record that with some really quality recording. And we can also, or if you're coming in and you're, you know, very new to it and you just have a little idea, we can help you develop that and create something amazing from that idea. And working with you to really see what it is that feels good to you through the whole process. I'm not the kind of producer who pushes my musical aesthetic on the artists I work with. Of course, I do have my, you know, musical preferences, but it's pretty diverse because I've spent a long time traveling to different places, learning, playing a lot of different types of music. A little about my background, I lived in New Orleans for just shy of a decade, and while I was there, I went to university there, to Loyola, and I got a Bachelor's of Arts in music composition and double majored in jazz performance. And so I was doing a lot of classical composition as well as jazz performance. And then New Orleans, as y'all know, is just oh my gosh, it's overflowing with creativity and so much music. And so along with getting to play jazz, I got to play a lot of different styles of music: rock, punk, blues, R&B, hip hop, indie. Just, it was really all over the place. And having this diverse experience of music has really helped me as a producer to be able to show up, and whatever clients are looking for, whatever the artists I'm working with, whatever you're looking for, I'm able to help, you know, support and provide some great insight on how we can create a great song, a great recording in that style. And these days, you know, let's be real, a lot of people are developing their own styles, and it's a big mashup of genres. And yeah, I love that whole process. It's really fun. And because I've devoted my life to music so thoroughly, I have the ability to play a bunch of instruments. I play guitar. Tonight, I'm just going to be doing guitar and singing for you guys. But yeah, I play guitar, bass, piano, obviously sing, and drums, cello, some other instruments as well. But yeah, I'm able to help bring out recordings by adding any of these instruments, along with all the electronic stuff that, you know, a lot of modern producers do in hip hop. So I'll come back, maybe talk about this more. I feel like I want to just play something, and I think I'm going to go ahead and do one more just sort of improvised song. And I kind of want to show you what the process looks like. And what's cool about what I'm about to do for you now, this is both the process, how it looks in the studio sometimes when I'm working with people who are very new to the music creative process or the music recording process. And then also, this is sort of a way that I teach. This is just like a little snippet of what I teach in that course, Sacred Songwriting, that, you know, that there's a link somewhere around. But yeah, so I'm gonna take something, let's see. Hey John, can you say, give me a word, any word, something? Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Oof, great. Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Yeah, getting deep with that one. I like it. Okay. So just with that little prompt, Scooby Dooby Doo, that makes me think like spooky, but also kind of like, fun and playful. So I'm going to start with a harmonic idea that makes me think of that. Something a little spooky, but also a little playful. see it, I can feel it in my dreams. Started with a little heartbeat, 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 going back and forth, and then I felt it coming true for you. Falling from the sky, like the same dream that came to come my eye. I was only just trying to find another way that I could survive, more than survive. Gotta find singing about a little dream, a little love, a little getting going, yeah. Singing about a little dream, a little love, and little getting going, yeah. Falling from the sky, on my eye. Started with a heartbeat, with a heartbeat, with a heartbeat, with a Cool. All right. Yeah, I just love creating, wanting to just kind of do something on the spot, and show you a little bit what that process looks like. Yeah, maybe in a little bit I'll break it down a little more. I'll do that again and kind of talk through it. That was just because I didn't really explain the process, just kind of did it. But yeah, it's fun to just, be super present and find it, like find the creative flow, find the way to keep just keep the creativity happening. And such a huge part is not to be critical. And like, by no means do I think what I just did was like perfect or even great. I don't know. I really try not to judge it, but just mostly be present with whatever's coming out. So it started with a prompt. John said Scooby-Dooby-Dooby-Doo, and then I just kind of took that and what that meant to me, what that means to me in this current moment, and just settled into it and tried to just create something that felt true and authentic in this moment. So that's what this whole thing is about in a big way, this whole creative process. And that's where I like to teach from, and that's where I like to produce from, that space. But yeah, I'm gonna jump into a song. I was singing in that something like, I could see it, I could feel it in a dream. That kind of came up, and I'm gonna play a song for you guys that came to me in a dream, actually. Sometimes that'll happen to me where I'll wake up and I'll have a melody, and that comes from the dream world, and then I'll try and take that into this reality as much as I can. So this is actually the first song that I've released under my own name, under Nic Leo. So I've been playing in a lot of different I've played in a lot of different bands in my life and helped produce a lot of different artists. And I play in a band in town called Rivers Run Wild. And yeah, in that band I do a lot to help with everything from the creative process to producing the songs, helping arrange the songs, and just kind of help create the container along with my bandmates. But yeah, I've been doing solo stuff along my journey for a long time now, but haven't actually released stuff to the world under my own name. Haven't like put it out on the streaming platforms until just a couple months ago. I finally did the thing, and it feels really good. There's a song. It's called "Symbols and Colors." What I'm about to play for you now, and like I said, it came to me. The melody came in a dream, and I'm not going to say too much of what it's about, but I'd really love it if y'all take the time to check that song out. You can find it under Nic Leo, Nicleo, and again, Symbols and Colors is the name of this song, and it's on all the major streaming platforms. And it felt like it feels good to have that be the first song that I've released. In some ways, I feel like it's overdue that I haven't put something out in the world, just given how devoted I am to music, that I haven't like shared something, in the way that I now have with this song. But it also feels like a really great time because this song, the recording, feels like a beautiful amalgamation of all of some of my biggest influences. There's aspects of it that are just straight up rock and roll vibes, soundscapey things like reminiscent of Pink Floyd or Sigur Rós and the atmospheric nature of it. And then there's some jazz aspects to it and the dynamics and in some of the harmonies that I use. And then also in just the way that I had a lot of my friends, dear friends that are great musicians, came to the studio and recorded on this track, and it's just a beautiful kind of mashup, mosaic, not mashup, but I'd say mosaic of these different voices, these different expressions, and I really just encouraged all the artists who performed on it to be very cathartic in the process and to just do their thing. And then from there, I kind of took things and weaved it and, found the parts that really felt like it served the song. But anyway, please check that out, Symbols and Colors. And I'm going to go ahead and play it right now for you. I should ask this before, John. Do you have any water back there that I could have a sip of before I sing this song? Thank you. Cool. The shirt I'm wearing right now, this is a LaFay Studios shirt, and it feels appropriate to represent a bit of my personality as well as creative process. It's just like lines and just a splash of colors. So, all right, I'm gonna get a little cathartic here and dreamy. sweet child, my sister, my brother. Oh, 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 oh. I'm just taking my time. Oh, 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 and won't you? I like my life being mine. Oh, 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 don't you? We laughed at the preacher, made fun of the minister. Oh, 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 oh. Our faces so bright, some say sweet, some say sinister. Are you that sweet child, my brother, my sister? Oh, I'm just taking my time. Oh, 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 oh. And won't you? I like my life being mine. Oh, 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 oh. And don't we rolled down the hill and fell on each other. Our faces adorned with symbols and colors. We built a fortress of pillows and covers. Are you that sweet child, my sister, my brother? All right. Cool. Do we have anybody live right now? Or? Oh, no. Cool. What's up, people? And people can comment. Do you see any comments that if people do?
Mm. Would you would you see the comments if people do? Okay, cool. Well, if anybody out there has anything that they'd like to kind of hear me to talk about between like performing more music, that's kind of my feeling right now. I'm gonna go ahead and perform my other song since I'm in that place. But yeah, if you want me to talk a little bit more about my teaching or producing or anything like that, that what made me get into music? Cool, cool. Oh, I love it. Thank you. Thank you. Well, I want to tell you one more time that song I just played, Symbols and Colors. You can find that everywhere. So, Symbols and Colors, Nic Leo, Nicleo. That's the first song that I've put out there on all the streaming platforms. So, please check that out. The recording's like way different than me just doing it solo. So, please check that out. And thank you for that question. I love that. What made me get into music? Well, music. Some of this will sound cliche, but if you know, you know. Music was in me, got into me at a pretty young age, and didn't really have much of a say in the matter of it just coming out. And started when I was 5, 6. Was like playing a little keyboard, and remember my mom encouraging me as I was just playing a little keys and just kind of exploring and having fun doing sounds. And then my grandmother gifted us a piano, an upright piano, probably around 7 or so. I think I was around 7 or 8 or something. And that was a huge game changer because I have a really deep and beautiful relationship with the piano, with all the instruments I play really, but it started with piano, exploring and just like finding harmony sounds. And I talk a lot when I teach about music. I talk a lot about the relationship that you have with music because that's really the most important thing. I love to play with other people, and I love to play with other people who have a beautiful relationship with music. And sometimes that's a very simple relationship. Sometimes it's just, can play a couple chords on a guitar. Someone just plays a couple chords and has a certain way of like singing and delivering music, and or somebody just kind of even just like keeps a beat or something on a drum and having that pulse or whatever that contribution might be to music, when that's coming from a place of depth, which really comes down to listening very deeply, being very present and aware, and then it really helps too when there's that willingness to be raw and just express whatever's in you, not letting the fear or self-criticism speak louder than our desire to express, to let things out. Creating that relationship, that beautiful relationship with music is huge, and I feel really grateful that when I started playing music, I didn't, I got lessons from a young age, but it wasn't from a super strict teacher or someone who's like, this is how music works. It was more, they were just giving general guidance, but most of my playing wasn't really even related to the lessons I was getting as much as just exploring the instrument and being present with the sound, with at the time the piano. And it was something that needed to come out. There was no other way I could really live for whatever I was dealing with as a kid. We all have our stories, and and there were things that music just really saved me in a lot of ways and healed me in a lot of ways, and is really the deepest relationship I've had in general with with anyone, with anything. It's allowed me to spend a lot of time developing the self and getting a deep understanding of the universe, really, through just spending time with music, listening deeply, being present with the sound, and exploring is such a huge part of it. Being curious, continuing to push boundaries and edges, and not so much for the sake of it, but just because we know that there's more. Like obviously this universe is infinite, and there's just always more to explore. And so, music has been the way that I do that. And yeah, it's this endless conversation with the universe, where sometimes a lot of times I'm just asking questions, and when I'm practicing and sitting with my instruments, I'm just asking questions, and then occasionally the universe will say, you know, this is how this works, and it's something you can't put into words. It's music, and then yeah, this little wisdom, it's such a beautiful thing, and it gets to then come out and be shared, and it feels so good to perform when I get to share that little wisdom of the universe with people through my songs or just playing. Yeah. But started young, and I just kind of kept going. I couldn't stop, and it was started on the piano, but then I got a bass when I was turning 11, like 10. Yeah, when I turned 10. My dad got me a bass for Christmas, and that was then a whole other game changer, because bass is that's the instrument I'm strongest at. And y'all probably are familiar with the different cliches of different people, or different instrumentalists kind of having caricatures or personality types, like lead singers being really maybe eccentric and outspoken, and drummers being super friendly and all over the place, and bass players being quiet and reserved but listening deep, and yeah, definitely the bass player thing, that's in my personality. So that worked really well when I started playing bass, and I went super deep with that. And that's, I love supporting people through music, and bass, that's that instrument. I call it the glue of music.
How do you describe sacred songwriting?
How do I describe sacred songwriting? Is this a question from a comment or something? Oh, cool. So sacred songwriting, really that process that I just talked about, of having that deep relationship with music, that's really what that's about. Having this awareness, and I won't call it ceremony, but I think this, just holding the sound in reverence, that's the part that I'd say is sacred. And we can hold this sound in reverence, but that doesn't mean that we can't just play some rockin' chords and just be super cathartic and free and have fun. But there's this, just having an approach that isn't too much in the mind, but really grounded, rooted in the body, and a lot in intention as well. An intention, and that can be as simple as an intention just to express authentically, but often that intention is something along the lines of having a message that you feel could help someone, or help heal the world in some way, help heal someone's heart. And yeah, it's having this deep awareness, and just being super present with the sound is really what I mean when I say that word sacred for sacred songwriting. But what's cool is I go into these technical approaches. Right now I'm talking sort of philosophically, abstractly, but in the course I give very specific ways, give specific tools for how we can develop this deep relationship, but then kind of keep track of where we're at, so to speak. I love music theory. I don't like to put too much emphasis on it. I like to, give the emphasis on music theory that I believe it deserves. And music theory is just that. It's a theory. It's not laws. It's not rules. It's a theory for how music works. And it's a great way to get back to to find our way back to sounds that we feel really help express something deep in us. So I'll give an example of what I do in that course, Sacred Songwriting, and add a little bit of technical with the technical being some music theory, with being really present and having this deep relationship with sound. I really do we go really incrementally in the course. So I'll give a breakdown of each concept and make sure that you got all the information you need to be able to keep up. Right now, I'm not going to do that for the sake of time, but I'm just kind of be general and just to give you sort of the idea of how these music theory tools can help us. So there's a thing called solfege, maybe many of you are familiar with. I'm going to do it in yeah, let's do it here. So solfege is this thing, Sound of Music, or maybe choir or whatever you've heard this. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. And we can use solfege to create melodies. Whenever we maybe feel stuck, or maybe we don't feel stuck, but we just want to do something to, like I've talked about, kind of like pushing the boundary, pushing the edges a little bit, and just being curious about, okay, how can we create a new kind of melody, something different? So that might look like, relationship is, I'm going to go back to that word, that idea, because for solfege it's so important that we develop, if we're going to use this tool, we got to be forming a deep relationship. It's not just about knowing do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. That's not enough. Like, we got to really spend time and be meditative with every step of the process for getting this solfege in us. Right now I can go through and sing some stuff. I can create a melody and play along with it, do something like do, mi, re, mi, fa, mi, do, la, sol, sol, la, ti, la, sol, do, re, ti, la, sol, sol, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi, re, do. And that's from spending a lot of time just getting to know each and every relationship within the music, or within the solfege. So just spending time going do, re, do, re, do, re, do, re, do, do, re, do, re, do. The analogy I like to use is kind of digging, like we're digging for gold. And yeah, we got to just keep digging in that one spot until eventually we get to that gold. We can't rush it. And so this is something that, again, a sacred aspect of this is how it's not just about, singing do, re, and having that in our mind of like, okay, do, re, that's just like that one step away. But it's this repetitive, meditative experience of being with every step of the way, whatever it is we're working on. So in this case, this solfege of just do, re, being very present with it, repetitive. And what I say is meditation over fixation. It's really common for musicians when they're trying to learn a new skill to get really fixated. And I could be thinking like do, re, do, re, do, re, do, re, do, re, do, and trying to like really get that like ingrained in my brain or something. But that fixation, that energy will just carry through into anything that we do, into our expression, whether we're improvising or writing a song, whatever it is, jamming with people. So we want to be coming from an energy that's calm and present, where we can keep our ears open, where we can really feel our breath through it all. So it requires a lot of patience. And this is what I was, talking about with that wisdom of the universe. It's like through these practices, I mean, like any practice that we devote ourselves to, like, yoga or deep meditation, whatever it might be, we learn some really fundamental values. Some just like really important traits, qualities. So having that patience, that awareness as we go through stuff. I'm just like do re 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 do. And like there's even this curiosity, and I start to kind of just like feel what's happening along with hearing and thinking about it, like just feeling it a little deeper. There's nowhere to get to. It's just this beautiful space to just be in, just feeling the do, re, 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 do, So just from those two notes, it's kind of just going deeper. And it's not as if, like, what I just did is not an example of what, what a student will be doing. Any student of music is going to, jump into right from starting, do, re, do, re. But that's what the aim is, to get to this place where, any concept of theory that we're learning, that we integrate it so deep to where it can become a creative expression. So that might have been a long-winded answer. But yeah, cool. Are there any other questions right now? Cool. I think I'm gonna.
Play a couple of good hits or good, like, something that you created through some of that process.
Some of that process, yeah. Play some things that were created from that process. I'd say, yeah. What's cool is a lot of the things that I write these days, I don't come at it from a place of thinking about theory so much. Sometimes I do, for sure. But all of that is like in the music, like all that time that I've spent sitting at the piano from a really young age, and then, and then playing bass through my teens, and then going to school for music, spending so much time in a practice room, so much time, and all that time that I really spent like getting deep with each of these things, not just do re, but like do mi, and like weird scales, all this stuff. It's just kind of in me to a point now that when I go to that creative process, it flows in a pretty natural way. But I used to write a lot of songs from that space of just kind of thinking about different, whether it be intervals or harmony or an interesting melody or rhythm. But I'm gonna play something that just kind of came up the other day, and this was me just kind of being present with what was happening around me. There was some beautiful community family stuff that was happening around me while I was helping with my dear friends, just kind of helping around the house. My dear friend had a baby recently, and there's been a nice community that's been gathering around her and her partner, the child. And I was just being really present with what was happening, and just with a couple chords here, there's something really beautiful that came out. And from what I remember, the process kind of started with me just strumming. Actually, no, I wasn't even strumming. Actually, a melody just came. It was like da 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 ba ba da da. I'm gonna change that my da 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 ba ba da 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 go ba ba da da go ba ba da 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 ba ba da da. Oh, sitting by my side, we will be just fine. So this melody just kind of started coming out. I was in the yard and just watching people work and people laughing. This is a song that my band Rivers Run Wild will be playing soon. I'll do my best to remember all the lyrics. It's very new. The boys are in the back while the girls are making rhymes, whispering and giggling about the bluest eyes. And Pappy's in the yard blowing smoke into the breeze. Only thing to keep the work from bringing to his knees. It goes oh, oh, oh. Sitting by my side, we will be just fine. It goes oh, oh, oh. Sitting by my side, we will be alright. Oh, it's such a lovely day. Yeah, the sky, it is so blue. The clouds are making shade and they're making faces too. We'll never know a thing 'cause we never watch the news. The sun, it makes its round and the garden plays its tunes. Goes oh, 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 oh. Sitting by my side, we will be just fine. Goes oh, 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 oh. Sitting by my side, we will be alright. Sitting by my side, we will be just fine. When there's something in the night that goes screaming awful loud, we hear a bark, the neighbor's dog, some sirens from the town. When morning finally comes, it's a silent kind of chill. We bundle on our sweaters and we watch them from the hill. The young ones run their mouths while the old ones sit and stew. But both both are kind of funny when I'm sitting here with you. Yeah, everything's so funny when I'm sitting here with you. It goes, oh, sitting by my side, we will be just fine. Goes, sitting by my side, we will be just fine. Sitting by my side, we will be alright. Everything is fine when you're here, alright. Alright. Yeah. So that one just kind of flowed out from that process recently, something similar to that process. And yeah, that one will be something that's done by my band Rivers Run Wild. And I would love to encourage you guys to check out Rivers Run Wild. If you don't know us, we're a band based here in the Sedona area, Sedona, Cornville kind of area. And yeah, it's some really beautiful music, some really heartfelt, sort of medicine songs without being medicine songs in a way. It's great heart medicine, but it's really like about songs, just like some powerful songs and just presence again. We are going to be performing, as well as myself, this coming Saturday and Sunday at the Jerome Music Festival. So you can search for that. Actually, I brought posters somewhere here. I'll grab one, see if it works. But it's great. The woman who helps put this on printed all these cool posters out. So here's one version with me. Look into the sky, look into the ethers. It doesn't really tell you too much about location. That's a map. This would be probably, I'm trying to see if there's a website. Probably just looking up Jerome Music Arts Festival. And so this is the Saturday. This is just one of the stages, and this is the schedule. And so I'm going to be performing solo around 7 this Saturday, and then Rivers Run Wild is right after around 9. And then Sunday, it's also happening, and Rivers Run Wild again is going to be playing at 3. And all of these artists are really awesome. This woman, DJ Lava, this is who helps put it on, and she'll be doing some great things. But yeah, if you wanted to look up Jerome Music and Arts Festival, you can find the information, I'm sure, by doing that. But Jerome's not huge, so if you drive around, you're gonna find it. There's like different venues happening, and we are at the STO Productions stage. But there'll be things happening all over. Yeah, how are we feeling with time? I can keep going.
Yeah, like just if you want to, play a couple more songs. And,
Cool. Yeah.
Whatever you feel comfortable with.
Cool. And I'm gonna play. I do feel like playing another song. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna play a song that I'll be releasing soon, and I'm trying to think if there is anything to say about this. I don't think so. I think I'm just gonna play it. choose saving? Would you throw me a bone? Oh, please give me a melody. Give me something to sing. 'Cause I am needing to wash, strain, and clean my woes and my sin. Oh, please give me some meaning in some kind of song. I don't remember those words that you spoke, so would you speak them once more? I was sitting in my palace, you were underneath the sky. I was sipping from my chalice. You stuck your tongue out as the heavens cried. I was working through my malice. You were making all the meaning right. Yeah, you're up on that mountain. Guess I best start my climb. Oh, please give me a melody. Give me something to sing. 'Cause I am needing to wash, strain, and clean my woes and my sins. Please give me some meaning, oh, in some kind of song. I don't remember those words that you spoke, so would you speak them once more? I am trying to figure it out. Am I the master or the pawn? 'Cause every choice makes a voice in me shout. I am doing it wrong when I'm stuck thumbing through all my doubts. I just sing your sweet song. Oh, would you throw me a bone? Right. Cool. Um, so I feel like I've talked about quite a bit. I think maybe I'll kind of sum up and then do one more. Does that feel good? Yeah, cool. Thank you, John. Thank you, Humankind, for having me. This has been really fun. Been fun. Yeah, cool. So yeah, just to summarize, sort of for y'all. I I got a lot of things that I'm offering right now, and I would love for you guys to connect in whatever way makes sense for you. Maybe we can flash that banner up again. Okay, cool. It's going. So, I am a music educator. You can check out this course, Sacred Songwriting. That's on the screen. There's a link there. You can type in, check that out, see if that's right for you. But also, I do private lessons. I can do those in person or online. But yeah, if you're based in Sedona or anywhere in the area, please come, at least have a conversation with me. Reach out, and you can, there's plenty of contact info. You can reach me through the social medias there that are linked. And but reach out to me if you'd like to deepen your relationship with music, go further in your journey with music. I love to help people, and I know I can help you. At least a bit, but probably a lot if that feels good to you. So, the education's huge for me. So please reach out if that feels good. You can check out that course. Again, I have a recording studio, LaFay Studios. We are a very professional recording studio. If you got a song that's ready to go, we will make it sound amazing. And if you are just getting started and just have an idea, and you want to develop that, go through the whole songwriting process. What's cool is because I'm a educator as well as a producer, I can help you through that process, and it can be a little bit of teaching while we're recording. So it can be some of the most hands-on experiential learning, and at the end of it, you're going to have a great recording to share with your people or share with the world. Please reach out to LaFay Studios if that feels right. Again, there's info. You can get linked up, and I'll do a free half-hour music consultation, 20-minute, half-hour little music consultation. So if you want to just kind of have a conversation and start there, I'm happy to do that with you, and we can go from there. I don't think my number is anywhere on there, but maybe we'll just post that underneath somewhere. But for those of you who are live, if you want to put it down right now, 928-228-5775. Again, 928-228-5775. Little infomercial vibe here. And then we got, if you like my music, if you've been enjoying what I've been singing, what I've been putting out here, you can check out my stuff, Nic Leo. Again, Symbols and Colors is the song that I've just released. I'll be putting more out, but on your favorite streaming platform, Spotify, Apple Music, whatever it is, YouTube Music, you can type in Nicleo, Nic Leo, and Symbols and Colors. Find that song, check it out, and there'll be more coming from there. And Rivers Run Wild is my baby. One of the loves of my life. That's my band, and we have some great music out so far, and we're going to be releasing a lot more really soon, but it's going to be sort of exclusive. You're going to have to get it in a really specific way, but for now you can go to, again, your favorite streaming platform. Just check out Rivers Run Wild. And yeah, that about sums it up. Please reach out for any of these things, or just to talk about music. And again, I appreciate you having me on. I'm going to play a little song to close it out here. Just kind of thinking about what I might want to do. Feeling a little stumped here. I want to close this out.
Something very heart opening.
Heart opening. Okay. John's asking for heart opening. Let's see. Might need to be like an improvised thing. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do an improvised thing. But here's what I'll do. I'm gonna kind of improvise, but this is actually something that I've been playing with my band Rivers Run Wild. It's just kind of in the like little seedling. It's just like a little song seed right now is all we have. It's been hitting me recently with what I got going on in life, so this feels good. So far all we got is my heart, it never stood a chance. Oh, my heart, it never stood a chance. That's all we got so far. So I'm gonna start there and see where this song takes me. Heart, it never stood a chance. My heart, it never stood a chance. My heart, it never stood a chance. Oh, my heart, it never stood a chance. My heart, it never stood a chance. Oh, my heart, it never stood a chance. My heart, it never stood a chance. Never stood a chance. Your eyes and smile took me off guard. I begged for this for years no more. I long for this sweet place I found. A nest, your chest, from sky to ground. My heart, it never stood a chance. No, my heart, it never stood a chance. My heart, it never stood a chance. Never stood a chance. It's in heartbeats, it's in volume, measured heartbeats, measured smiles, skipping all that I could think from. I am wishing this was more than just a moment I could count on. I am counting a chance. Oh, my heart, it never stood a chance. My heart, it never stood a chance. It never stood a chance. It never stood a chance. Heart, it never stood a chance. Oh, my heart, it never stood a chance. Oh, my heart, it never stood a chance. Oh, my heart, it never stood a chance. My heart, it never stood a chance. When I first saw your face from the stage, I was ways away. But I knew right then and there, we carried on a blessing, carried on a wing, wing to the sky, wing to the heavens. I'll be singing for the rest of my life. For this heart, I never stood a chance. On my heart, I begged for your glance and got it. Begged for your glance and got it. And thank God it's meeting mine. Meeting you in the front of the place I had birthed from my sweat and bones. Eyes, love to love. I knew that you would always and never be mine. never, ever, ever stood a chance. It never, ever stood a chance. From that very first glance, my heart, your eyes, your mind, no compromise, no more. I'm begging you to explore a life you never knew. I'll give you anything you need to be. I hate to be okay. You and yours, your world, your girls, I'll give them all they need to grow and be the best self we can be. We can breathe, we can breathe, just breathe, just breathe, just breathe, just breathe, just breathe, just breathe with me, just breathe while I do hold you in the moonlight. Would you breathe while I just hold you in the moonlight? I won't ask for any more, just breathe while I do hold you in the moonlight, for a whole life I will give myself to you. From the very first glance I knew you would always never be mine, but this love is forever divine. You would always never be mine, but this love forever would be divine. Oh yeah, my heart, it never stood a chance. Oh, my heart, it never stood a chance. Oh, my heart, it never stood a chance. Oh, my heart, it never stood a chance. 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 No, my heart, it never stood a chance. My heart, it never stood a chance from the very first glance. My heart, your eyes, my heart, your eyes, my heart, it never stood a chance, never stood a chance, never stood a chance. My heart. All right. Something like that. Cool. Yeah, that was fun. That's cool how it kind of, started with the little theme there, and I feel like it took me a while to get into it. First time I started improvising, it was kind of like, a little ambiguous, but then just like going into it, moving into it, we find it, we get there, It's such a beautiful thing, that creative process, when we don't let our mind shut it down, but just like keep it coming, keep it flowing. So thank you guys for who's watching right now, who's watching this in the future. I appreciate y'all giving me your time and attention. Please reach out in any of the ways that feel right for you. And thank you again, John. Thank you, Humankind. This is a special thing y'all do. So thanks for having me. Cheers. Stay musical, y'all.